Hello, YouTube. Oh, it's bad. What we were talking about a minute ago, it's just bad. Oh. But anyway, should we do some Dwarf Fortress? I know that's why you're here, isn't it? I mean, why else would you be here? I mean, obviously you may have accidentally clicked on it as you had a heart attack and now lie on the floor with the life slowly ebbing from your body, unable to rectify your error and doomed to be stuck with me until you leave this mortal coil. In which case, oh, I'm sorry. I do apologise, but there's nothing I can do about it. You're probably too far away for me to help, and I don't even know what's happening. I can't report it to the authorities. Sorry. Bye. Have fun on the other side, if there's anything there. I suspect there's not, but you don't want to hear that right now. That's probably something I should have left off the table. Probably shouldn't have mentioned it. Doesn't matter, though. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Fight me? Unlikely, right? Bye. Don't worry about them. They're dying. Okay, so let's play some Dwarf Fortress then. That was an unusual introduction to a YouTube video. Oh dear. Although not that unusual for this channel, I feel like it felt fairly par for the course. In fact, I'm almost certain I've done that intro before. There's only so many things I can do off the cuff, right? I've only got 2 cuffs. At the moment, no cuffs at all, just wrists. And you don't want me doing one off the wrist. Ooh, no. That's on my OnlyFans. Go there for that. something Adele. Oh man. As in a piece of music from Adele, or tell me Adele's not died. That would be sad. That would be horrible. No more Adele. No more numerical albums named after her age. Come on now, don't do this to me. I was watching, I didn't watch all of it, I watched like about half hour of it, but Joe Rogan interviewing Miley Cyrus yesterday. And she's a bit of a character, isn't she? A bit of a character. She's got some interesting things about her. I don't know why I mentioned that. It's not relevant. It's completely outside the scope of Dwarf Fortress. It's got nothing to do with Twitch. Just happened to mention it. But then again, sometimes I recommend good stuff. You never know when I'm going to come out with a little gem. A migrant has arrived. Single migrant. Solo migranto. I wonder if there's anything interesting about them. Let's head over to Dwarf Therapist and find out. We had a population of 72 adults, 1 child and 0 vulnerable babies. We now have 73 adults, 1 child and 0 vulnerable babies. So, if I sort by migration wave and scroll down to the bottom of this table here, we can see that Alath Megadigidel has arrived. He is a tanner, and not a particularly good one at that. Though we have a tannery, so perhaps he can find some use there. Perhaps he can be, that can be his master's sail barge, right? If we were to use a Star Wars meme to cast meaning onto the world. Let's come down here and check our goblet pile. Are the goblets gone, or are the goblets remaining? It doesn't look like there's a hell of a lot of goblets here. In fact, we didn't actually sell that many of the goblets, did we? I leaned too heavily on the serrated green glass discs. We probably still have a fairly substantial goblet stockpile. Fool scoundrel. You were selling them to promote building of new ones, you dilly-dangus. What a willy wanker. People in War Thunder are still complaining they don't know how to use semi-active radar homing missiles. Pro tip, kids, it needs a radar lock. Heavens above, I've never played War Thunder. Is it an interesting game? Plays with Puzzle Box. We will tear your soul apart. Sorry, I can't help myself. Miley's version of Jolene is the only good song she ever made. I haven't heard it, but I have to admit, Jolene, if you're going to do a cover of a country song, Jolene's a good place to start, right? It's like the archetypal Dolly Parton song. I mean, more people will react to 9 to 5, but I feel like Jolene's a little bit more, I don't know, it just feels like a more legit, if I may assign legitimacy to the canon of Dolly Parton, which is not a phrase I ever thought I'd be saying, to be honest. I imagined I'd more likely mention her boobs. For instance, I have a significant know-how of air-to-air combat, and I was able to puzzle out how they work in my first engagement. Oh, heavens above. But I mean, I suppose, is being an actual pilot/fighter pilot cheating in Flight Simulator? Is it? I mean, I suppose not really. I suppose not really. Your only person you're playing against is yourself, right? Or the Passengers? I don't know. I've not played Flight Simulator yet. I'll have to give it a go. I didn't know she named albums after her age. Still not as good as the UK subs releasing their albums in alphabetical order. Oh, okay. Interesting. UK subs. I can't remember exactly what they did. The name really rings a bell. Like they're from like. I know that Sham 69 were named after a piece of graffiti in a urinal, which had been pissed away. It used to say Lewisham 69, and then it got pissed away, so it just said Sham 69, and that's how they named the band. Or that is at least the anecdotal evidence that I have heard. I'm not entirely sure if that is true, but it's piss related, so it lodged in here. Love a bit of scatology. I love it. This is certainly a weird world we live in. It is. But is it though? Because it is the only world we have evidence of, and therefore, by definition, everything in it is very mundane, entirely quotidian. So, I mean, maybe it's not a weird world. Maybe it's a perfectly normal world, and it's just our sense of perspective that makes it look weird. Hello, Static. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Correct, the Passengers are the antagonists. Good. I thought so. I'm not an actual pilot, but I have a significant interest in aviation, so that gives me great understanding of systems and tactics. It's a simple matter to apply that to games, I suppose so. I always thought it would be fun to... I remember when I was a kid, there was a movie where they had like radio-controlled aeroplanes, and they were fighting little wars with them, and they were using them as like... I don't know, to carry messages, and I was always obsessed with the idea of like radio-controlled aircraft dogfights, and now we're in the age of having like video feeds from things. You can actually do it. You can actually have like a TV airplane dogfighting show. Amazing. Is there a crypt in my beard? No. You're mistaking a crypt in my beard for a crypt for beards. That's what we've got here. We've got a situation where beards go to die and are interred in crypts and therefore become cryptbeards, right? Is that it? No, maybe it's a crypt with a beard. Maybe my facial hair has been encoded and I made a typo and it's actually crypto beards. Could be that, couldn't it? Maybe my beard is full of bitcoins. I'll have to check. Insufficient sample size, more words needed. Exactly. Exactly. That's the point of the stream, Mikey. What am I on about? One day people will figure it out. Or they won't. Maybe there's no deeper meaning to anything I say. Maybe it's just the ravings of an idiot. Let's take a look at the fortress, shall we? What was I doing before I went away? Guild Hall, I think. Yes, a guild hall. And it was for stoneworkers, so ideally it would be on this floor. However, did we not already have a guild hall for stoneworkers? This is the gloved chamber, and the gloved chamber is for crafts dwarves. Okay, interesting. So what we need in that case is a stoneworkers one just coming off. So I'm going to say priority 1 dig, please, in order to get this little guild hall made. I'm going to dig a little tunnel up here. Very exciting. And then once that is dug, in fact, you know what? Before that's dug, and it doesn't actually need to be dug, but I'm going to leave it there to be dug anyway. Before that is dug, we're going to dig a little chamber over here. And that chamber grew up to be President of the United States of America. No, and that chamber is going to be where we put our guild hall. How exciting, I'm sure you'll agree. We're going to smooth it, we're going to engrave it, we're going to furnish it, it's going to be great. I'm going to put some tables in this extant guild hall with the hope that that will raise the value up to a grand guild hall, which it should do if we... Question mark? Pourquoi? Je ne pas comprends. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je suis désolé, je ne parle pas français. What was I doing? Build table. There we go. And then planning mode on, which I apparently turned off last time I did this. Okay. So, put a load of tables down here so everybody can stand or sit next to a table looking at a wall. Excellent. And then we'll put some chairs in, also in planning mode, which is on. Bingo, bango, bongo, dingo, dango, dongo. Lovely. We should have another guild hall somewhere. Right? Yeah? It said 2 guild halls, so presumably somewhere... Oh yes, over here. Good. And we'll put some tables in here. The Farmers Guild Hall. Who could forget the Farmers Guild Hall? I mean, come on, scoundrel. I mean, they are the backbone of this fortress, right? Making all our plump helmets. Well, growing. Is it making? I don't think it counts as making, right? It's growing. If they assembled plump helmets, that would be interesting. That would be a godlike myco-generation. I was about to launch into a Who song, and then I realised that's not going to work. That's going to be bad, scoundrel. It's going to shame and embarrass your family for the rest of eternity. Every single genetic descendant will feel the pain of that outburst echoing through the centuries from now until the sun snuffs out and beyond. Possibly. It might not have been that bad. Okay, so our guild halls are getting a little bit of an upgrade. That's nice. That should keep the guildies smiling. We're still not seeing much in the way of armour appearing in my barracks. I'm not chuffed about that. I'm also not spotting a lot of training in the barracks. I'm more upset about that, to be honest. The lack of armour and weapons is one thing, but the lack of effort on the part of our conscripts is another. I actually have a fixed-wing, long-range drone. One of the things I do is fly drones for a living, so I get lots of work with fires, considering flying my drone is a lot less risky than a manned plane. I've also used it to assist police chases. That sounds exciting. Do you do any photogrammetry scanning? Do you like any sort of stuff like that? Because I'm banging a photogrammetry. Love it. I mean, I would like a drone, but I really don't have the practical use for it or the money. That's the other thing. And the time to use it. I wouldn't be able to get to use it. Righteous is saying, I'm wearing an eye patch right now and I look very cool. Can I fake an eye injury to look this cool forever? Why bother? Just get a semi-opaque eye patch so you can see through it. There you go. Pretend. Just make believe. Cosplay as Snake all the time. Whether you choose Snake Plissken from Escape from New York and LA, but let's not talk about that, or if you choose Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Either way, very cool. Looking groovy. I think you should do it. I think you should keep it on. Very cool. It's never a good stream until the streamer gives me a reason to yell nerd. Well, you know. Snake! That's it. But I reckon anybody willing to should change their name to Snake, and then we should all agree to go to their funerals when they die and yell Snake like the guy of Metal Gear Solid does. I think that would be cool. It might upset your families, but it will make us feel good. Living memes. Anyway, ignore the barracks, scoundrel. Come on, there are other things that need doing at the same time. We need to sort our bottlenecks out. Mainly the death bottleneck. Why is nobody dying in the Fortress Hospital, and why is nobody curing in the Fortress Hospital? That's what we need to figure out. Now, we bought some gypsum plaster, admittedly not a lot, but we have some. Apparently splints can fulfil the role of plaster as well. We now have a number of traction benches. Every single potential treatment that can be given from any given diagnosis is available. So we should be seeing people being removed from the hospital. Do we need to build a palliative care wing? Is that what's happening here? Are we keeping these beds occupied when they should be sent off to home to finish their last few days surrounded by their family? Or potentially decades? Who knows? Who knows? Escape from New York is a great movie, but it is by far not the best John Carpenter movie. I hate to harp on about John Carpenter again, but I mean, come on. My personal favourite is In the Mouth of Madness. I like the Apocalypse trilogy. They're all good fun. Escape from Precinct 13 is very good. The Thing, of course. I think The Thing is arguably his best film. It may not be my favourite, but I think I can clearly see that it is up there. What is it? Movie Timelines? There's a YouTube channel I've been watching. He's taken off quite well. He's got himself a few Patreons and whatnot. I think it's called Movie Timelines. He recently did a thing about the Thing, and it was pretty good. Maybe I should recommend it. Hold on, I'm just going to scroll through my YouTube subs here, find the guy, and give you a little look at his channel. Why not? I always try to recommend at least one thing that I'm enjoying in any given stream. or at least any given week of streams. Where are you, lad? Somewhere here, aren't you? Your channel is... oh, here it is. Movie Timelines, that's the one. If I do a copy-paste in chat... excuse me. Yeah, Big Trouble. Big Trouble in Little China, another classic one. Again, though, I mean, I think The Thing is better than Big Trouble in Little China, but again, I'm happy to hear arguments. I don't think I could say that with any real definitive zeal. It's hard. I mean, obviously, the latter movies, the Ghosts of Mars and the vampire one, John Carpenter's Vampires. Maybe if I rewatched Vampires, I would change my opinion, but I've seen it once and it made me sad. I remember that. I remember watching it going, oh wow, there's another John Carpenter film. Oh, amazing. And then I watched it and went, oh, Jesus Christ, Ghosts of Mars wasn't a fluke. No. Yeah, you're right. Big Trouble in Little China is an absolute classic. Palliative? No, that's palliative. Palliative hospital. Palliative care is when people are not going to get better, I think. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. Google it, if you dare. Okay, where are we? Cannot produce rock goblet. Ah, it's an interesting thing. Why? Why no rock goblets? Let's have a look at notes. Let's have a look at the stocks and look at the goblets. Goblet. Is it because we have our quota filled with glass goblets? I don't think it is it? We've only got a few masterworks as well. We've not got that many really, truly great glass goblets. I feel like maybe we need to get more of them being made. Get a bit more throughput to skill up, right? Oh no, it's not going to change the rate at which the guy levels up, is it? Just making them is the way we've got to do it. We've just got to work through the backlog. The Thing is best Carpenter. I like They Live next because of the punch up mainly. Oh, I forgot about They Live. Oh, he's got so many good ones that it's difficult to remember them all. Even the not amazing ones are still good in the early career. Like, I would allow people to say, I would be, understanding if people said they didn't like Prince of Darkness. I like it. I like it a lot. But I can understand why people might find it a little bit in the end. But for me, it's a classic. I can't stand workflow. It being usable without a manager is cheating, and that it removes fine control over my stocks. Manager screen best. Now, Zastava, I am intrigued by this notion because when I turn to the manager screen, I have been a little bit flummoxed by the conditions in here. I'm assuming it does basically the same thing as workflow, but in the vanilla game. Is that how it works, or am I misinformed? Not even informed. Misintuiting? Misintuited? Misimagined? Miss World? Miss Universe? Interesting. Essentially it's making orders. Because I do order stuff, as you can see, I do order stuff through the manager, but I generally use it for perpetual jobs that are going to keep going and I just want them to knock through. Whereas if I want to keep a particular level of something, I use the workflows. Dark Star. You know what? I haven't seen Dark Star. It's one of the few John Carpenter films I haven't seen, which is weird because it's like it's first and like really highly recommended. I remember my uncle telling me it was really good back when it came out, and I was too young to see it, so I'm not entirely sure why he bothered telling me. Manager goes to the table and the jobs get auto-assigned to any shot that's profiled to allow manager orders. Okay, which is all of them by default. But I mean, what I mean more is like managing the stock levels. So, because I can set orders, that's not a problem. But the conditions and details are where I get a little bit confused. Just a little bit confused. Let's check out our military quickly. I just want to see how the training goes. So train. No training. Okay, we can't really start uniforming them until the uniforms are there, but I'm a little bit disappointed about the lack of training here. I feel like I'm making some kind of obvious blunder that's stopping them from coming in. Workflow's awesome for stock levels. Manager doesn't do that as far as I know. You have an active manager, so workflow is fine. It can be extracted to your manager doing it. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean you don't like it because it's available prior to having a manager. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't even know. I thought it needed a manager. I didn't realise I could do it without a manager. Maybe you've added to the corruption in this world. You fool! You've revealed information that should have remained hidden from all men. I want to make them get gooder at fighting. I want to get them good, but I'm not sure I can. I don't exactly know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, they don't have any weapons. That could be a big element of it. However, there should be weapons coming. Let's take a peek at our stockpiles. Our orders for the iron short swords, silver warhammers. Okay, now the silver warhammers are on a work order to keep 10 in stock, right? Oh, wait a minute. Do they stop when there's 5? Is that how it works? Maybe I should just put 10 to 10 warhammers. Also, those silver warhammers should have gone by now, right? Let's look at our stocks. Where the fuck are they? Stocks. Weapons. Silver warhammers. There we go. The 7 of them. They're all decent, but where are they? Oh, they're still here. I got rid of the... I got rid of the... Yeah, I got rid of the stockpile they were in, and apparently that prevented them from being taken up to the trade depot. Idiot, scoundrel, idiot. Okay, so in that case, we need to say P, P, T, P, P. We're going to put these in a little stockpile. We're going to click on it. We're going to say Shift M for auto melt. We're also going to say auto trade, and we're going to change it so it only holds weapons and trap components, except we're going to forbid trap components, and we're going to forbid... Should I forbid warhammers? No, let's forbid on quality. Let's say I don't want any masterwork or masterwork or artifact in here. I just want the non-cool shit, right? That's exactly the opposite of what I've done here. Well done, Scoundrel. He's so papega. He's so papega. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. The next time traders come, that shit should get hauled upstairs. I'll be able to sell the crap silver hammers. Bing bang bong. Done. Oh, wait a minute. Something's being moved. Hello. This looks like a weapon of some variety. Where is this going? Oh, it's going to the melty room. What are you carrying, Godin? Let's have a quick peek. What's he melting? Oh, I didn't get there in time. Shit. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Lack of weapons is significant to lack of training. One of the reasons I like my own mod that lets you make stone clubs. Ah, that's true. Wrestling is an option. They should be training up their basic wrestling skills while there's no weapons of choice. Ah, crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, we should have enough for 10 hammers there. But they don't seem to give a shit about transferring adequately made hammers from here to here, which is obviously very annoying. Excuse me. I always have a supply of heavy stone beat sticks available so people can, if needed, be armed with a hurty stick of some sort. That's the thing. I have a patent pending manoeuvre called the Cryptbeards Rush, where you just draft everybody in the fortress and send them out barehanded to fight stuff. Usually, it's quite effective. I mean, it doesn't work against like Forgotten Beasts and Titans all the time. It has worked, but you know, against your average alligator or whatever that comes on board and causes hassle, it's not too bad. It can work. It's a viable strategy in the right circumstances, and in the wrong circumstances, it's the end of the fortress. But hey, is that the worst thing that could possibly happen? Nah, we can always build another. There is another. That's the worst Darth Vader impression that anyone's ever done. Or at least close to it, right? Right, is there anyone in these coffins? Doesn't look like it. Oh, you can't tell if there is anyone in the coffins anyway. Click. There we go. Is this a resting place? Okay, we've got a few empty coffins, but not a hell of a lot, to be honest. There could be many more. Hello, Ralph. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Now imagine sending them out with things that can reliably hurt things. I imagine that would be pretty good. Yes, that would be handy. But I can never get my dwarves to pick their weapons up. Generally speaking, when I try and get my dwarves to train or just arm themselves, like 50% of them won't even bother doing what I told them to do. They won't pick up any arms or armour. They'll just charge out and start fighting, trying to beat people to death with silk caps. Although that seems to be more of a weird creature thing. I've had a number of weird creatures turn up and just whiff at people with their silk hats. Very odd, though. Don't know why they do that. It seems mad. Should I do some quantum stockpiling while we wait for developments to unfold, or... I feel like the hospital's looking... It's just not emptying quick enough, is it? Should we begin... The end? Should we start executing ill people? No quantum. Oh, I'm doing quantum stockpiles already, but I've been ignoring setting them up. It seems to be the best way to me to get the place tidied up, really. I like it. I get everything hauled up to a stockpile here, and then I move it over to where it's used in quantum stockpiles with dumping sessions. But it's much easier to get it close to where you're going to do it with wheelbarrows, because if you don't use wheelbarrows, oh my god, those dwarves will take forever to haul anything. They're terrible for it. Oh, designate smooth. Here we go. We're going to smooth out this new guild hall that I almost completely forgot about. There we go. Smoothie. Lovely. There we go. Once that's done, we'll engrave it, and then we should put doors on and what like that. Mandates unquantuming stockpiles. Oh god, I can't do that. It's too much effort. Too much effort. My roommate put Nutella on sweet potatoes, and I might kick him out because of it. I mean, sweet potatoes? No. Although, now that I think about it, maybe Nutella on a baked potato is a kind of decadent madness that could be accepted. I feel like that might be okay. A jacket baked potato with a crispy skin. And a dollop of Nutella in it. I mean, it could work. I don't want to risk wasting a potato trying it out, but it does feel like it might work. Ralph's going back to college tomorrow, so I'm trying to make it look like I have some semblance of work done, despite doing fuck all for the past 5 months. Well, I mean, well, not everybody, but quite a few of us have, I think. You're not alone in that boat. Be careful, that boat could sink just from the number of people in it. I think interviewing draftees' traits, Sal style, might make a better military. Maybe you chose lazy or nervous dwarfs or something. We could give it a go. We could try just rejigging the military. But what do we think about killing the sick? Because I'm getting a bit annoyed about having a third of the fortress's population stuck in hospital at only one time. It's getting a bit silly. Talking to the pawns one at a time, that's like dwarf resources. Do we have a Karen? Yeah, we don't want to be a human resources equivalent of a fortress person, do we? I put margarine and brown sugar in my sweet potatoes so I can understand Nutella. I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes, to be fair. I don't really like them. I'd eat them if given them, but I wouldn't choose them if I had to. Oh, Mikey. Heavens above. As an American, I must say no to purges. Well, I mean... Oh, hang on a minute. We've got a Forgotten Beast. The Forgotten Beast Stasno Ensodor has come. A huge skinless pterosaur. It has a pair of spindly antennae, and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its deadly dust. Now, isn't the membrane on a pterosaur's wings skin? And therefore, does that mean that this pterosaur can't fly? Not that it's important, it's walled in. It can't come and get us. There's no way it can actually engage in any kind of combat with us. But I'm curious. Can it fly if it has no skin? Because I don't think a skinless bat could fly, could it? Interesting. Interesting ecumenical question. we don't have any nobles to spare. We've only got the basic handy nobles, like managers and whatnot. That's fine. Just a big chicken. I was watching another YouTube channel who talks about like extinct creatures, and not just dinosaurs, but from other eras of like millions of years ago. And he was talking about how these giraffe-sized pterosaurs were roaming the planet at one point, and there was a question of how they would fly and how they could launch themselves into the air. And he went over the sort of mechanics of how bats and birds launch themselves differently from whether 2 points or 4 points of contact with the ground. It's fascinating stuff, but I can't say I fully absorbed it enough to pass the information on to you. You'll have to Google it. You'll have to go to YouTube and look up pterosaurs. He's got the high ground. Watch out. Managers are the only noble who's a member of the proletariat. Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. I've never really looked into the list. Surely there's others, right? The Dungeon Master's not. Hammerer's probably not. The manager, maybe? To be honest, technically, I think the manager's almost by definition part of the bourgeoisie, right? He can't possibly be in the proletariat. Maybe I'm wrong. Who am I to prescribe class to people? It's not my place. Not my place. Okay. Sorry, I've become derailed. I've lost my thread. I'm not engaging actively with the fortress at a rapid enough rate. But you know what is happening rapidly? My sheep are breeding. Look at that room. I need to set some more kill orders. So, with that in mind, let's go to the animal screen and... Oh, hang on a minute. There are some slaughter orders on the table, which have yet to be carried out. Okay. Alright. Well, let those pass through the system, and then once they're done, then I'll probably kill some more. Great. Is this the YouTube channel? A YouTube channel you're referencing? It is a YouTube channel, bear with me. Okay, I know I'm spending too much time looking at YouTube on this Twitch stream, but bear with me. It should be in my recommended videos on the home page, or at least one of their videos will be. I've found the channel looking at videos about, what was the word for it? Like imagining hypothetical aliens and what possible forms of life could exist. It's not cryptozoology, it was some other word with a similar sort of sound to it. I can't remember off the top of my head. If I scroll down long enough it should pop up, but I'm not seeing it. Oh dear. Oh dear, maybe this guy won't get his tiny little viewership boost. Maybe he won't actually get to benefit from my endorsement. Then again, does anybody really benefit from my endorsements? I don't think so. If they do, it's to an imperceptible degree. Even if you've got nobody watching your channel, like an extra one person can be a little bit like, oh, it's one person, maybe they'll catch, maybe there'll be more. Generally speaking, doesn't happen. Not in my experience. I cannot see the channel, so it looks like he's gonna not get that thing unless I type in pterosaur and it comes up? Question mark? The YouTube channel Bear With Me sounds amazing. The Journeys of a Mountain Man and His Bear. Is that an actual legit channel? Intriguing. Keep looking. Is Brighton a good place to live or a shithole? I might be visiting it soon. It's pretty nice. It's like one of those coastal cities, one of the few coastal cities in the UK that is not a major port but has any money. It's quite a lot of well-off people go there. It's not totally, it's not like extravagantly wealthy, but it's one of the few sort of seaside towns that hasn't become a horrific hellhole. I watch YouTube all the time. Also, that Metal Gear Solid channel. That was a Metal Gear. That was a good channel. That one. I love that. I love that channel. Futura Sound Productions. In fact, him, no problem finding a link to his work. Finding a link to this other guy though, turning out to be quite the tricky one. Quite the conundrum. Right, I'm going to type in PTER. Pterosaurs. There we go. If I do the search for pterosaurs, Oh. No, apparently I'm going to get a Ptergium eye natural treatment. What? Pterosaurs, there we go. What was his name? Was it this one? Top 5 pterosaurs. How are pterosaurs adapted for flight? Oh, goodness. They're a much more saturated video topic than I could ever possibly have imagined. Oh my goodness. People love talking about pterosaurs. Heavens above. There's a picture of a guy who's made like a fiberglass pterosaur and he's got it strapped to the top of his car. Madness. Pure madness. Man, this guy's channel doesn't even come in the top 100 recommendations. Insanity. Maybe I should look in my watch history rather than searching through this madness. You know what? I'm sorry, sir. You've lost your chance. Your SEO just isn't powerful enough. You're not appearing in my immediate searches. Question mark? Anything else? No? Ah, well, never mind. Never mind. Let's close that down and stop fanning around. Let's get into Dwarf Fortress again, because I've been neglecting the fort. I've been neglecting it. The channel Bear With Me probably wouldn't meet terms of service. Probably not, no. Probably they would judge it to be cruel to the bear. But water's too cold to swim. In Brighton. Oh yeah, this is the British coast. Unless you're wearing a wetsuit or even a dry suit, I wouldn't go swimming around the UK coast. Not that exciting. Where are we going? I'm sorry, just catching up. Just catching up. Yeah, they are past their heyday. People started going abroad for holidays, and they built their entire economy around, having people visit for their holidays, and it just never happened. In my dino-obsessed childhood, I hated pterosaurs, said Ravelin. Oh, heavens above. Heavens above. Watch history is the easy way to go always. I enjoyed, and it's a bit old now, but what's the one with, is it Hank Green or the other Green brother? The one who wrote the book about the cancer girl. World History? Crash Course World History. Very good. John Green. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Crash Course World History is a really good series to watch on YouTube. It's getting a bit old now. They're doing the European history one, but I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it. I've been subscribing to loads of new history channels, actually. Obviously, there's lots of history to have videos about, aren't there? There are interpretations of bear that cause Bear With Me to fail terms of service. That's true. Bear genitals. Excuse me. That went a bit over the top, didn't it? So, without getting too deep into the madness that I was just spewing, let's try and figure out what's going on here. I'm thinking we gotta. Nobody has agreed with me that we need to start executing people in the hospital, but I don't think we can stand this. Having an effective population of 50 just isn't good enough. We need those spaces opened up. So, with that in mind, I think I'm going to create a Crusher Hospital. Right? That makes sense. European Crash Course History is how every war starts in Europe. Oh my goodness. I mean, there hasn't been one for a while, thank God. Silver Dongs. Hardcore history? Yes, hardcore history is a good one. I think everyone starts with the Mongols one, right? Everyone starts with the Mongols one and moves on from there. Prepare the slabs. That is a good point. They won't let me carve the names until they're dead, though, which is a bit of a problem. Bit of a problem. Chinggis, Genghis, Jangus, Dangus Khan. Imagine that. Dangus Khan. Right, Crushing Hospital. Here we go. I might do them one by one if I can. I don't think I'll be able to, will I? I'd have to remove beds from this hospital and... crap. Maybe... How's the digging going? Let's sort this out first. A moment of reprieve for our potentially crushable hospital residents. Let's make a food stockpile here that's going to be basically for raw ingredients. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make this for the meats. This is our meaty stockpile. Food, forbid the fish, forbid the unprepared fish, no eggs, plants, drinks, cheeses, seeds, fruit or leaves, milled plants, fat, paste, processed material, extract. Oh, actually, we should put the fat in a stockpile by the soap making area, shouldn't we? This is just for meats, but not prepared meats. Good. Okay, so unprepared meats go there. Next, I would like a stockpile for other food stuff. I'm going to be a little bit more generic here, maybe, I think. So we say S, go to disable, enable food. We don't want meat. Do we keep fish? Don't want any unprepared fish. That needs to go next to the fish processing area. Do I want eggs? Fish and eggs? I should put fish in with the meat, really, shouldn't I? It seems weird to separate out meat on its own and fish separately. Let's get rid of egg, plants, drinks, cheeses, seeds, all this stuff. Don't want any of this crap. There we go. Just fish, I suppose. And the next one, we'll put all the plant-based whatnot. That can go in there. No? P? F food? There we go. Pop that in there. Clicky, clicky. S. Oh, I need to take out the prepared food from that one next door. So, forbid, forbid, forbid. Forbid eggs. We'll deal with eggs down the line. We haven't got any yet. We've only got one nest box. No drinks. Don't want that. No cheeses. No seedses. No fruit or leaves. No milk plants. No fat, paste, pressed material, extracts, or miscellaneous liquids. Just the other stuff. There we go. And hopefully... Oh, hang on. Ooh, I nearly forgot to remove the prepared food from that one as well. No prepared food there. And then no prepared food, question mark, there. Good. Okay, so we should just be getting raw ingredients going into that stockpile. That's the plan. Genghis was a ginger according to Persian sources. Oh, really? Ginger Khan. Interesting. I quite like Historia Civilis. I've not come across that one. I can't remember. I'm not going to go looking for it again, but I do remember recommending previously a channel where they get letters written by diplomats of various historical civilizations visiting other historical civilizations. So the ones that were quite interesting were like the people who visit the Japanese. There was a Japanese envoy to Europe that travelled around that had some interesting stuff, and like a guy coming from China to Holland or something. I forget the exact ones I watched, but there's loads. There's like loads of Roman diplomats, and they just translate and read the letters. It's interesting. An efficient crushing and memorialising area. Call it a camp or something. Sounds friendly enough. Yeah, we'll call it the holiday death zone. Something like that. It'd be nice. It's nice. The smashing fun place. Yeah. It's a fairly fancy dining hall. It's not that fancy. I've done fancier. But this one is, I will admit, pretty fancy. It's a biggie. It's a biggie. Oh my God, Ralph. Heavens above. It was a long time ago, but still. Extremisation happens very quickly, it seems. Well, if it didn't happen quickly, people would do something about it. If it was like a slow build-up. Or then again, would they? Would it be like a boiling frog scenario? That's the question. That's the question. Quite possibly. Okay. So, dining hall. Got the food stockpiles going. Hopefully people will start moving that. We want kitchens in here. Other food basics. So, build, workshop. Kitchen is Z, isn't it? Oh, I did it. Gonna pop the kitchen here. In this corner, like that. Make it from schist. Why not? Is there anything else worth putting in there? Butchers can stay upstairs, tanners can stay upstairs, the fish workers, the fishery, sorry, can stay upstairs. Uh-oh. Hiccups. Maybe a farmer's workshop? No, I don't think that's even necessary, is it? I don't think that's necessary. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another kitchen in here. I'll have two kitchens next to each other. Oh, still. A still's probably a good thing to have. And then we can put the fruit stockpiles in this room as well. That sounds like a good idea, actually. Let's not put the kitchen there, then. Let's build, workshop, still. We only need one kitchen. So a still can go there, made out of autoclaves. A still can go, oh, it could go there, but I'm going to make it here, made out of schist. And then we're going to say PF for a food stockpile. It's going to fill the rest of the room. You know what, I might just do this. Bosh, look at that. Click on that. Change the settings. Forbid meat, forbid fish, unprepared fish, eggs, plants, drinks, cheese, seeds, but we want fruit / leaves. Do we? We basically want to put the stuff we're going to turn into drink, which basically means plump helmets as well, doesn't it? Then again, we could make a separate plump helmet storage area because we do have a fuckload of plump helmets. Well, the boiling frog does apply to manipulation. It does make sense that's how they get away with it. One could focus on any geographic zone and see some Game of Thrones drama going down. The old Red Wedding has happened many times. Wouldn't be surprised. You're lucky if that kind of thing gets recorded. That's what you want to find, like an actual recorded history. Preferably recorded by a third party, not involved in the events, just for a bit of like reliability and clarity maybe. Not guaranteed, but possible. Stair-step iterative process. I'm not quite sure if I follow that one. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, the boiling frog doodah. There was a still. The still's upstairs. I'm just moving them down here now. I remember reading excerpts from a Nazi officer's stay in China while the Japanese were doing their thing, and he was so disgusted that he advised the Nazis to stay away from them because they were so fucked up. That I've heard of as well. I mean, the bizarre thing is the Japanese did some shit that was just as bad, and in some cases probably arguably worse than the Nazis were doing, as in individual instance, not on the scale. Let's not talk about the meta big picture there, but they were like their Camp 731 was an atrocious place, but because they made breakthroughs with chemical weapons, they all got a pass. They're like the rocket scientists. The Nazis got their rocket men let off, and the Japanese got all their biological weapons people let off. Shocking, really. Bit of a disgrace, but never mind. Makes you wonder. What do people? How? I mean, come on. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Right, we're going to forbid this here, and then I'm going to go up and make a stockpile next to the soap area for fat and lye. So P, F for food. We're going to go to the actual soap workshop. Come on, over here. There we go. We're going to make it 3 wide. We're going to make it that big. We're going to click on it, and we're going to say, please only put fat in here. Is that what we want though? Do we want? Oh shit, we only want tallow, not fat. That's fine, we can do that. All I have to do is come over here, press S, say FAT. There we go, and then while that's there, no, cancel search, FAT, cool. Then I press F to forbid the fat, and then come back again, and all the tallow is still there. That's good, okay, so we've done that. We want fat next to the kitchens. That's a problem. So we do want a fat rendering kitchen up here, but not necessarily any cooking going on here. So, with that in mind, let's make a little fat stockpile. Just here, he says, not doing it. Food. There we go. Good. Click on that. Settings, go down to food. Forbid everything. There we go. And then we type search TALL F. What? Question mark? No, that's not what we want. I want to forbid all this. And then permit fat. There we go. Go over here. Search tallow. Forbid that. Come back. And now the fat is available. Good. Oh, crikey. Too tough. Too tough. Oh god, yeah. The Japanese in China did do some really rubbish stuff. Really terrible. It is, yes, it is often called that. Hang on. My dream in my current fort is to make a dolphin bathtub out of soap blocks. Ooh, that sounds ultra clean. That sounds as clean as you can get. That's all right. I can forgive a little bit of darkness. I do it myself, but it's okay. It's okay. Just don't dive too deep into the pool of darkness because you might not get fished out. You might get stuck down there, and that'd be awful. Let's build some nest boxes. Yay, nest boxes! I don't really know how nest boxes work, but I think that by doing this, I will be... I've got 2 of the fucking things. What gives? Why only 2? Anyway, once they're down, we'll probably start acquiring eggs. Oh, mandrill! Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like there's some actual eggs in there. Yeah, turkey hen eggs. Look, 12 of the bad boys. Nice. Do we have a stockpile for eggs, though? That could be an issue. Back down to the new food zone. Should I make a little side stockpile for eggs and cheese here? Maybe? Oh, we do have a lot of cheese. Let's do it. Let's do an eggs and cheese stockpile. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do an egg stockpile and a cheese stockpile. I feel like we're going to get further if we do that. There's one. There's the other. For some reason I've made them animal stockpiles, which is incorrect, but never mind. So this one can be eggs. Disable. Enable. Forbid. Nope. Permit eggs. There's our eggy pile. Lovely. And this one can be our cheesy pile. S. Disable the animals. Enable the food. Forbid the meat, the fish, the eggs, the plants, the drinks. Enable the cheese, or leave the cheese alone, and bosh. We're good. Oh, and I also need to put a miscellaneous liquid pile next to the lye thing, don't I? P, F. There we go. If I do that, these are massively oversized as the stockpiles go. They don't need to be anywhere near this big, but whatever. Whatever. Come on. Forbid all of this. There we go, and we only want lye or milk of lime there. And seeing as we're not creating any milk of lime, that's going to be... Oh, hang on, we also want to turn off prepared food, don't we? S, U, there we go. This one, S, U, there we go. And then presumably it will make sense to do it on this stockpile here as well, where all the fat's going. So S, U... go, and maybe the cheese stockpile here? Or we could just remove this cheese stockpile, get it all moved downstairs maybe? Does that sound like a good idea? Let's let them deal with the food that we've already, the stockpiles that we've already set. Because I feel like this cheesy stockpile's pretty full. It's gonna be a while before we need to do anything with this. Let's start producing more cheese, because god damn it, we've got a lot. We've got plenty of cheese. The pool of darkness is infinitely deep, and the little ladder on the edge is to get out is cat videos. I'm not a fan of cat videos, I have to say. I'm not sure. They're alright, but they don't do it for me really. I like videos about like other stuff with a little bit more didactic content. If I can get it. I never seem to see streamers in aquifer spawns. Do people avoid them intentionally? Yeah, I've never really touched an aquifer, to be honest. Oh, we've got a mood apparently. I completely missed that, but okay. I don't really bother with them. They're a bit of a pain in the bum for me. They just don't really offer that much fun for me. Maybe I should. I mean, to be honest, I focus so much on volcanoes that even if I have an aquifer, there's usually no need to activate it or engage with it, because you can just dig past it in the area around the volcano. Not always, but sometimes, often enough. Right, what more material do we need placing? Maybe I should dig out a room for the bookcases to go in. That could be a sensible move, right? That could be cool. Are they emptying the food out from the trade depot? some of it. Oh, we could move the clay as well. I did buy a shitload of clay. So if we go down to where all the magma industries are, make a stockpile for stone, because I think the stone stockpiles and the clay stockpiles share a classification. So oh, shit. Look what you've done, scoundrel. Look what you've done. Have they maintained their initial designation? I think they have. Armour. Weapons. Okay, that worked. Okay, so P. S for stone. Don't go all the way across. Just do a little clay dump. Clay dump. Right, try again. PS. There we go. One gap between them. This is already too big anyway, so doesn't matter if it gets truncated a little bit. Let's click on it. S. We don't want metal ores. We don't want economic. We don't want other stones, but we do want clay. Here we go. Get all that clay down there. Okay. Need to dig out a room for the execution of my hospital patients as well. Or is there some other method? Well, what could we do? Do I want to atomize them, or do we need to induce their death by other means? Could we perhaps create a floodable one, like a chamber of flooding? A flood chamber, if you will? That could be interesting, couldn't it? Then again... Oh, it's difficult. It's difficult. Spicy clay dump. Ew. That's true. That's true. We could. It could be the case. There could be little trivia videos. That might be the ladder. Sounds good. Mandates the sparing of the hospital. What is it with you, Zastava? Come on. We've got to get this place moving. And having all these people on the brink of death forever isn't very effective. How do we heal them? If you've got any idea about how to get them back out of there in one piece, or at least alive, I'm all ears. I'd love to know. Hello, Spilster. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Did you know once you get smoothing and engraving, engravings are actually directional. They only value the room the engraving is facing. I did know that, actually, yes. Which is why, in the case of most of the rooms that I intend to engrave, thusly, we have double thick walls. And thank you for reminding me that this little room here needs engraving. There we go. And then, while that's being done, I will also designate a zone so we can make it the actual thing we want it to be, which is a guild hall. So, zone here. Once it's engraved, we'll put a door on it. I want to get a meeting hall, I want to assign a location, and I need to add a new location, which will be a guild hall. For stoneworkers, I believe. There we go. The Guild of Oils, that was the one. Bosh. The Cave of Turquoises. Ooh, very nice. Cool, so they've got their little guild hall. It's being upgraded as we speak. Let's just quickly check to see the Scaly Sky. They've got a guild hall that's worth a bit of money, but not much. The Glove Chamber's got a grand guild hall, good. And the Cave of Turquoises has yet to receive any real attention. So, the Scaly Sky. Ooh, excuse me, hiccuping. We need to make this a little bit nicer. Because it's not quite the grand guild hall yet. So up we go. It's here. Do we just put more tables and chairs in, or is there a little bit more of a fancy method of going about this? Can we make it a little bit cooler? You know what? I'm going to go by the easy route. I'm just going to put tables in for now. Tables and chairs, bish bash bosh, should be just what we needed. There we go. That will hopefully push us over the grand guild Grand guild hall threshold. Bang. 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 Lovely. Okay. So, it does look like stuff's happening in the clothing area, but not much. It's very hard to see what's going on because of all this overgrowth on the floor. It's a bit overwhelming, isn't it? A bit overwhelming. Drop pit into flood. Could do. Could do. Well, I mean, Spilster, everybody is always finding out new stuff when they play Dwarf Fortress because, oh, someone's begun a mysterious construction. Fantastic. Because frankly, even though you can play it for decades, you'll never get to learn it all. I've certainly never learned it all. The 100% solution to get people off the brink of death is to help the process and murder them. That's what I thought, Ravelin. That's what I thought. Put a trap full of spiked balls. That'll fix it. Statues and a zoo. Oh, I could put a zoo in there. Bit awkward. Might end up with some problems with animals. There's a lot of shit to clear up as well. I think I might go for statues. In fact, I should probably start production. Oh no, is this? No, that's armour stands. Let's put in a stockpile for statues. Put in a statue stockpile here, and we'll keep a stock of generic created statues just for spicing areas up, just for tarting the place up a bit. So forbid and permit statues. There we go. Excuse me. And then I need to go to my mason's workshop and say, can I add an order here? Ooh, they're both pretty full. What's a statue? You. It looks alright, it looks okay. We can fit it in. We don't need another mason's workshop yet. Shift add, statue of any rock, keep 5 to 10 in stock. Sounds absolutely dandy, thank you very much. If you could get on that, that would be amazing. Just what the doctor ordered. Should be weird, because why would a doctor demand that you make statues? I'm afraid the only thing that will cure this particular form of cancer is a bit of engraving, or a bit of, what's it called? Sculpture, that was the word I was looking for. I nearly said stone carpentry, which is, of course, indicative of what I meant, but not particularly correct. I've played it since its release. I still know nothing. I played it from just after when Z levels were introduced. I never played the single flat version of it, but I played since they changed it. Stick a pedestal in. One artifact on it seems to sort out Max Guildhall. That's a good point. I've not been using pedestals, have I? Maybe I should build some. I feel like sticking them in the dining hall might work, right? A couple of pedestals down here with all our artifacts displaying. Hopefully that will cheer the dwarves up. Maybe in a little cluster by the doorway. That might work. Let's give it a crack. Who builds pedestals? Crafts dwarves or... Oh look, eggs! Eggs and baby bells. Eat as much as you can, and then don't poop for a while. Oh dear. Ezem Alathagol the Engraver has created Le Chalador, Turel Ficod, a Rhyolite toy boat. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, an unknown creature. Wow, I mean, interesting. Interesting. An unknown creature. Let's take a look at it and see what it's like. Mournful weathered, the learning of glazes, a Rhyolite toy boat. Nothing like a toy with mournful in the name to really make you think about childhood and happy days. This is a Rhyolite toy boat. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with tapered baguette-cut jelly opals, decorated with alder and encircled with bands of rectangular rhyolite cabochons, alder octagon-cut green glass gems, and birch. This object menaces with spikes of rhyolite. On the item is an image of the brand of aging, the copper shortsword, in alder. The brand of aging is withering away. On the item is an image of Zulban cleared constructs, the dwarf, and Sangsom attack squashes, the competitive coal, the bronze colossus, in llama wool. Sangosum attack squashes, the competitive coal, is striking down Zulban cleared constructs. The artwork relates to the killing of the dwarf Zulban cleared constructs by the bronze colossus, Sangsom blah blah blah, the competitive coal, in the Murk of Harmonies in 54. Ooh, okay, that's a fairly interesting item. I mean, it's odd that you should have such historical depictions on the side of a toy boat, but whatever. Whatever, if that's the way you want it. If that's the way you want it, that's the way you get it. No, I don't think sacrificing nobles in the volcano will get... Oh, we could chuck the people in the volcano, couldn't we? That's not the worst idea there. I know, Cinnabar, deadly stuff, dangerous, deadly stuff, but you know what? Dwarves are very resilient. They don't mind a bit of Cinnabar spill stuff. They're fine with it, even if it makes like mercury go into their bloodstream. It's fine. Enclase them in glass block fortifications. Sockman, this isn't the worst idea. We do have a pretty burgeoning glass thing. So that makes sense. Dwarves see through windows and glass stuff, right? Or does it block line of sight? I'm not sure. Because they only have to look at it, don't they? They don't have to get close to it. That will protect it from being stolen. By the way, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Technically, aren't we all ancestors of an unknown creature? I suppose that is actually, yes, technically accurate. We are. Rhyolite is spilster rich. Or was it silica? I don't know what spilster is, but silica I can imagine. Sand, like silica. Artifacts are safe in busy places. Few war dogs chained to the pedestal will keep any thief from getting near. Oh, that's not a bad idea, yeah. Make them a military squad and send them out on a hunt. That won't work, Bahatone, because they can't walk. None of them can stand up. They're going to have to be moved to their place of execution if we are going to kill them, which is possible. What we could do is have like a hospital built on a bridge, maybe, that just retracts and drops them into the lava. Seems cruel. Seems unnecessarily brutal. They can see through statues. Fortifications and bars don't block sight. Okay, maybe I should do that. I definitely think we should start making a little bit more of the glass that we have, right? Because, we've got a volcano to power all our glass furnaces. We've got tons of sand. Let's do it. Let's go to, right, collecting sand, making green glass goblets, sure. But if we find another one, this one seems to be empty here. Add, what do we want? Well, it's got to be made out of green glass, that's for sure. If we expand this little bit here, armour stand, box, cabinet, coffin, floodgate, hatch cover, grate, goblet, toy, nest box, jug, hive. Make glass pedestals? That might be fun. What's a green glass portal? Are we talking like a little window thing or what? Terrariums, thrones, blocks. We do want blocks at least. That's something I do want. And I think what I want to do is say, keep me a supply of green glass blocks, but I want 50 to 100. How's that sound? Madness? Maybe. Let's also add one here. Green glass, what? Statue table, terrarium, vials, weapon racks, windows, tubes, blades, corkscrews. We've got track components coming. There's no point messing around with that. I think we'll go with... Can I... Where does it say fortifications? Is that even possible? Do I just construct it out of blocks? I think I do, don't I? Just construct the fortification out of blocks. That's fine. Should we make glass jugs? No, we'll be fine. Okay, so making glass blocks. Where am I storing these blocks, though? That's an important question. I feel like we should store blocks not necessarily over here by the furnaces. That seems unnecessary. Let's move blocks into one of the spaces here, right? If I move some of this... Oh, these are food stockpiles, aren't they? This is basically a staging post for all of the stuff that we're going to sell. Why have we got a cloth stockpile here as well? I'm pretty sure there should be one up by the clothes industry. Right, we're going to remove this cloth stockpile. That's a first step. There we go. And this here is a furniture stockpile containing, by the look of it, only rock pots. Oh no. Hatch covers, grates, catapult and ballista parts, windows. No, don't want statues in there anymore. Querns, millstones. Don't want anvils in there, do we? Do we want anvils in there? Maybe? Yes, we do want anvils in there, because that's the auto-melt stockpile for the anvils. Maybe we want everything else removed. Oh, I don't know. Gems, weapons, finished goods. We don't have a gem cutter, do we? We have no gem cutter available. So, maybe I should make that something that we get next, right? Put in a little gem cutter's workshop. I mean, the wood zone's all well and good, but it's kind of quiet these days. There's not much call for stuff made of wood. Maybe if we go and place it near the stoneworking. Then again, look at this place. Actually, what we can do is we can make it a diggy dig here. Do it at priority 2. thusly. Do a little diggy there, a little diggy here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a jeweller's workshop there, and then the stockpiles for cut and uncut gems in this room, and that'll be the plan. Excuse me. And then we can get rid of the other stockpiles that we've got for gems, and it will be all good. It will be all good. How many idlers have we got? 2. Oh god, we need the people in the hospital to get better or die. I mean, at this point I am leaning pretty heavily towards die, because they are taking very, very long times to get better. What I could do, I mean, there's the smashing hospital. That's going to result in a lot of smashed up beds as well, and ideally we want to keep the infrastructure of the hospital while dispatching those who it cannot save, because these guys don't appear to be savable. And it looks like we've either got a stack of people hanging out here who are very ill, or... Oh wait, we have, look, all these people are ill. It's not just everyone in the beds, there's actually a stack of people who've just been dumped in the hospital by the door. I'm not entirely sure how many people we actually have that are in a state of activity. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist. Let's sort by current job, and here's all the resters. So this one down to this one. Still 27 dwarves. There's an additional dwarf since the start of the stream has ended up in this hospital situation. It's not good. It's not good. Portal is a door. Ah, okay. Okay. They're dying of thirst in the hospital. Flooding it from the river seems appropriate. If I knew what was wrong with my hospital, Harold Beaver, I would sort it out, but I've got no idea. I've got no idea what's wrong with it. Dwarves will fill aquariums with 10 units of water, increasing its value by 1 dwarf puck per water, so you could export Cryptbeards Peckham Spring river water. Now there's an interesting idea. Make a load of aquariums, fill them with water and sell it. It's interesting. Start a mineral water empire. They need more booze. Your doctor sucks. Do you have full-time medical staff? I thought I did, but maybe I'm misunderstanding. Right. Diagnosers. How many of those have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are they doing anything else? One of them's a bower, and also a mechanic, architect / siege engineer. I mean, that sounds like fucking dabbling, mate. That really sounds like dabbling. Like this guy here, only his suturing and his surgery are not pretty decent. Okay, maybe we take... Maybe I just turn off all the other skills on these guys. Animal training, stone detailing. Actually, this guy can keep his skills. This one here. This guy here. Let's turn off all his other skills. Let's turn off all these skills. Pump operating, blah, blah, blah. And we'll keep them... Right, they're now our full-time doctors. Do we have a chief medical officer? That might be an issue, mightn't it? Let's have a little look at the noble screen. Don't have a chief medical dwarf. That's probably causing a problem, isn't it? Proficient diagnostician. Friday. Oh, sorry for a second. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. Friday was the one who's pretty good, but there's Vukar the Generalist. You know what? I'm going to give Friday the job. He's a bone doctor. It's funny. You can make erection jokes about him. Bang. Chief medical dwarf in. Let's go back to the noble screen quickly and check to see if he has any other requirements. Enter. 5 owned objects. Okay, so he doesn't need anything. Doesn't need an office. Doesn't need anything. You know what? I might give him a noble bedroom anyway. I might just go and do it. Okay, that's the captain of the guard. This one is for no one in particular. Bang. Chief medical dwarf. You're getting it. Where are you, Friday? There you go, Friday. Chief medical dwarf. It's all yours. Hope you enjoy. We're also going to give you a private dining room. There you go. Add Friday. Brilliant. We should auto allocate to the medical chief. Let's do the same with the bed. I missed that one. Hang on. Where are you? There you are. Auto allocate. And you get an office as well, just because I'm feeling generous. And I feel like a medical dwarf needs an office, right? Even if they don't really use it. Even if they're more of an operating theatre kind of guy or gal. You need an office. Just for the status things. We need to put some doors on these other bedrooms. Because you know, doesn't make sense to have them completely open. Here we go. Lovely. Bang, bang, bang. Put beds in. Planning mode on, just because I use it for almost everything now. There we go. Bed, bed. And then we need the G. No, it's a bridge. H for containers. They can go here, 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 and here. And then we need to do F, cabinet. That goes. Not there. Fuck it, you can go there in these two. Bang. These ones are different. And then we'll have an armor stand. Yeah, baby. Put one there. Put one there. Escape. Weapon rack. Put that there. And there. You know what? I'm going to change those cabinets. They're going elsewhere. One here. One here. And then we're going to remove that one. And that one. Bosh. Now that should provide them with a lovely bedroom for whoever gets that particular one. This one's been taken, so we've got this one here that is yet to receive anyone to live in it. Who've we got? Mayor, Captain of the Guard, Dungeon Master, Militia Commander, Hammerer, Manager, Chief Medical Dwarf, Broker, Bookkeeper. I don't want any of these yet. Dungeon Master, Militia Commander, Hammerer, not really part of my style. Right? Not really part of my style. Hello Blizzard Wizard 99, welcome back to the stream, thanks for joining us, and whose birthday? I missed something. Do more dwarves need a tend patient job? Oops, sorry. That's automatically on, they've all got it. I've not turned any of them off. So, are all your doctors stuck in burrows? Nope, nobody's in a burrow at the moment. There's no burrow-based activity going on. Have you tried temporarily putting everyone on as doctors? I haven't, Harold Beaver, but maybe that'll work. The one or two doctors might not be able to deal with 20 ill people with multiple problems. There's only one suturer. How many have lacerations, cuts? Maybe that's the bottleneck. Okay. These rooms are too good for nobles, reduced to 2 by 2. Oh, no, no, no. We're keeping them happy. We're keeping the nobles happy. We're keeping them on side so they don't suddenly start having tantrums and killing people. That's the problem. Bahantome 28. May my dwarf have one of those fancy noble rooms? Well, let's have a little look and see if... do you want to be the bookkeeper? Do you want to be the manager? Do you want to be the mayor? Do you want to be the captain of the guard? Do you want to be... You can't be the chief medical dwarf. That's already a namey. But the rest are all free. The rest are all free. So, yeah, Bahantome, if you want to be one of these dwarves, you can. You can. That's fine by me. Captain of the Guard. Okay. Captain of the Guard is this one? Yes. Tekud Zaglarshakok. Okay, I'm going to copy your name. I'm going to leave the 28 off because... I can. Uh-oh. Oh, I've done that stupid thing. Hang on. There we go. Phew. Bahantome, there we go. Copy. And then if we go find the Captain of the Guard, whose name was what? Tekud. Shouldn't take too long. Tekud, found him. Set nickname. Paste. Going to capitalise the first letter of your name. Bang. Okay. Commit. And now, if we... Oh, there you go. Isn't it, the name changed? The name changed immediately. There you go. You're in. Captain of the Guard. If I had a room like that, there would be less noble-related accidents. I'm sure there would. But I like these rooms. I like making the big fancy rooms. I should probably put stuff in these rooms as well, shouldn't I? Build, bed, place, or planning, rather. Excuse me. Hiccuping away. Oh, thank you very much for the follow there, Kerocat. Much appreciated. Let me put some beds in these spare rooms, and hopefully people will start claiming them. We're also going to put in cabinets for everybody. They're at the top or the bottom? They're at the top. In they go. 4, 5, and also chests, which I believe are H. Yeah, they are. There we go. Chest, 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 chest. Everyone gets a cabinet, everyone gets a chest. Maybe everyone should also get a weapon rack and armor stand, but let's not get crazy. Let's wait until there's a dire psychological meltdown in the fortress and we're doing remedial patch-up work. Because that's the way I roll, baby. Remedial. We definitely need to start decorating shit with hoof and stuff, don't we? Because look at all this shell. Holy shit. Okay, add shell. Decorate with shell. Shift S. Repeat. Just to use up the shell, I think, right? In fact, on that same workshop, I'm going to make this our decorating workshop. I'm going to say also decorate with bone. Ooh, that's dangerous. That often comes up as a thing in a mood. Fuck it, what do you do? Make decorate with bone. Repeat. We can also add. Go back one. Decorate with hoof. Horn. That's the one. Horn and hoofs. Repeat. There we go. And hopefully that'll end up with lots of fun stuff being created. Right? Question mark. No problem, Kerakat. You go get yourself some grub, and hopefully our paths will cross again. No, it's not a rare resource, but it is annoying when you've run out and you get a mooded dwarf going, I need bones, and you always have to go and slaughter something. I often find myself in that situation. Right. DBD. I'm going to dump all this rhyolite. Oh wait, is the rhyolite dump pile still active? That's the question. It's not still active. Okay. Which probably means there's a garbage dump elsewhere, doesn't it? Shit. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate it. There we go. And we'll try dumping all this rhyolite and then undumping the wheelbarrows. Because frankly, this room needs a bit of activity going on. There we go. DVD, go Z, stocks E, wheelbarrow. Okay, I want to hide the ones with no flags. Control N, there we go. We go down, we undump all the ones that are in jobs. Bonk-a-donk, ka-diddly-diddly-donk, bonk-a-donk, ka-widdly-widdly wonk. It's happening, it's happening. Oh, no, that's not happening. There we go. No, sorry. Fuck's sake. Come on, scoundrel. Try harder. Do better. Think stronger. Control J should remove the ones that are in jobs, and then don't dump any of my wheelbarrows, please. Thank you. Good. And now they should just end up popping all that rhyolite in that little dump there. Be good, wouldn't it? Be lovely. We do have an entire hospital of bone, but ideally it will only be extracted at the behest of a mooded dwarf. So we were saying more doctors. More doctors. I'm hoping adding a chief medical dwarf is going to have an impact. Could be wrong though. Maybe we do need more suturers. I suppose we could just apply more dwarves with the skill suturer. Yeah? We've only got 2. I'm going to turn it on all my medical dwarves. Anyone who's got a medical skill is also getting suturing activated. I think we're going to end up with a few dwarves not doing too well, not getting what you would call prime medical treatment. Basically someone coming at them with a staple gun. But we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Are all my surgeons suturers? No? I'm sorry to go on and do stuff in Dwarf Therapist without taking you along with me, but close your eyes, use your imagination. Just think of a big wall of boxes full of numbers. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm just turning on a shitload of dwarves' medical stuff for no sensible reason. It's pure madness. There we go. Hopefully now there'll be enough people to do something about our hospital, right? Maybe it'll start emptying out, maybe it won't. I don't think... I mean... Even with 2 dwarves, surely you get round eventually to having people leave, you know, even if you've only got 2 doctors going around diagnosing and treating. Surely it can't bottleneck it that badly, right? Are people leaving the hospital here? Is that what I'm seeing, or is that just visitors walking out? Oh, someone's done a masterpiece statue of a violet brute. Oh, blimey. Heavens above. To play with bones is enough. That's true, Righteous Boner. You appear to be resplendent with bones. CMD works like a manager, if I recall correctly. This is an appropriate triage situation. I suppose it is, isn't it? Literal, actual triage. Tome 28. What do you mean, what happened? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I assigned a load of doctors and gave people suturing. If anybody's got any medical skills, I activated all their medical skills. So I'm hoping that big old block of medical experts is going to result in a little bit of fun time, happy time. It might not. Let's go and check our stoneworking area, because I want to see if we've got any nest boxes sitting around. No, we've got a buttload of traction benches, but absolutely sweet FA when it comes to nest boxes. Weird. Why are 40 dwarves in hospital? They've been in hospital for session after session. They've been in there for ages. It's not 40 though, it's about 26 or something. Let me have a quick look. Current job, rest in hospital is 27. 27 dwarves currently sitting in the hospital awaiting treatments. Well over a third of our population. It's been like that since the beginning of the stream. Is this picking up jobs? It is. Is this picking up jobs? It's not. Is this picking up jobs? That's a boa's workshop. Why the fuck did I build that? Get that out of here. I want to build a bloody still there, thank you. Right, now we've got a still here and a kitchen here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to profile. I'm going to do labour restrictions. Is that the one? You can't do labour restrictions here. Oh. Okay, I was hoping that I'd be able to say don't render fat here. But apparently that's not on the cards. This place was purely for cooking dinners. But no. Okay, let's go back up to where we were doing the dinners previously. And still are, I presume. So this one here. Prepare lavish meal. Prepare raw fish. Slaughter a stray ram. Brew drink from plant. Okay. This, I believe, is an empty barrel stockpile, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Can I remove this? I think the prepare lavish meal is coming from a manager order, right? No. Okay, let's add it in. Lavish meal. Prepare lavish meal. Make it perpetual order, please. And now that I've done that, we can come into here and can I profile forbid? Interesting. So if I just want that one to make fat, then, or to render fat, I can't. Okay. Alright, we'll leave it as it is for now. It can't be too bad. Hello, Gyaha. Try and follow the chief medical guy. Or gal, that's a good point. Let's do it. Who was the chief medical one again? It was Friday, wasn't it? Let me find Friday. So you. Friday. I'm a doctor on Friday. See, I know the lyrics. We're going to do a search, which is Q, of course. The most prominent letter in the word search. Q. And we're going to say Friday. There he is. Zoom to Friday, follow Friday, let's see what happens. It didn't work, did it? We are following them. But they're not doing anything. Where are they? Does anyone see where the focus point is? Have they been caged or something? Oh, they're socialising. Oh, they're probably in here, right? Besmar, Doran, Harry Beaver, Ushrir. There they are. Yeah, they're socialising in the Farmers Guild. Okay. Oh, by the way, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us, Gyaha. Gyaha? I'm not entirely sure how it's pronounced. I gave it my best shot. Maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong. But at least I sincerely attempted it. Come on, Friday. You can't spend your entire life socialising in the Farmers Guild. It's not going to work out. These people are farmers. They've got a different work place to you, right? Their world is completely different. You stitch people together, you diagnose their issues, you try and fix them, whereas they grow stuff. or rear animals. I suppose there is some crossover in the sort of rearing of animals and doctoring, but surely that would be more accurate for effect. What the hell is all this? We've got chicks galore. Where have all these teeny weeny birds come from? Ah, well, I mean, there is our nest box after all. Let's see if we can get those bad boys contained. That's probably the best way to go about it. These all seem good. S, search. Okay, so I want Poult. P-O-U-L-T. There we go. Bang. Poult. Excellent. Okay. So all I have to do is put all these in. Bosh. Lovely. Is there anything else I could search for? Let's do a quick... Kittens? No, I don't want kittens in the hen house. That just sounds counterproductive. Although we may need to do a little bit of a slaughter. I get the feeling that we might be on our way to a kitten problem. Still, could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Okay. Let that carry on. We've got all the chicks into the bird box. Should be fine. Sandra Bullock has her blindfold on. The children will probably survive. Can you burrow him? I could make a burrow for the medical staff in the hospital, couldn't I? That is an option. And again, we've got so many doctors now. Can we maybe just give them a minute and let them... I say give them a minute. They've had quite a lot of time. Kind of want to get them in there doing some healing. Alright? Seems kind of sensible. I mean, the major problem we have with the dwarves is that most of them are immobile and unconscious from infection. And I don't think any amount of stitching is going to really help that. Does anyone know how curing infection goes in Dwarf Fortress? Is soap enough? Because we do have soap. We are producing soap finally. We've got it right here. Oh, that's a rendered fat barrel. Ah, for the soap production line. That makes sense. Although I don't think I've seen anyone ever using any of these workshops. We've definitely produced some soap because it's been in stock, but I think surgeons can remove infected tissue. Ah, okay. That might be good. Well, so far, not much is happening. No movement is really taking place on the hospital front. Maybe I should dig an extra door in. Maybe we're getting some bottlenecking, people going in and out. It's possible. There's a lot of persimmon seeds. Why persimmon seeds lying on the floor here? Have they all been fed persimmons? Okay, maybe I need to make another, I was about to say semen stockpile, but that, although sort of seed, not really seed, is it? Isn't this a seed stockpile? It is. It is a seed stockpile. I feel confident saying that. Yeah, look. All the seeds, but no prepared food, thank you very much. Why you no move seeds? Maybe because we're so low on people to actually do the jobs. That might be a problem. I did send everybody scurrying to move all this rhyolite into the quantum stockpiles, but obviously Ziggy's playing up because they're not working. They're not doing it. There's not that much happened. Doctors will not work before the chief have seen to them. Ah! Suddenly, the key that we needed appears in chat, slides into the keyhole, and twists. Excellent. Okay, so it was not having a chief medical dwarf that really fucked everything up. Let's go and look and see if he's still socialising in the farmers. Nope. No, he's gone. Let's find Friday. Let's find Friday. Where are you, Friday? Zoom. Follow. He's heading. Because I thought people had received treatment, but maybe it just means they've been diagnosed and that's what they're supposed to get. And unless the chief medical dwarf sees them, where's he going now? Friday. Oh, his current job is dress wound. Where's he going though? I don't see him. I'm not entirely sure which dwarf of the mess we've got is Friday. Is that him? Friday? I think that's him there. It is. Okay, he's sorting out Charlie. He's cleaning a patient. Oh my god, the hospital sprung to life. It's been an awful charnel house of decay and infection for so long that suddenly old Friday Nightingale springs into action and starts sorting things out. Everybody wash your hands and make sure that there's no dirt under your fingernails. We must prevent infections at all cost. I don't know why I would make them sound like that. It's a bit rude, but whatever. Oh, I lost focus on Friday, but at least we now know that movement is happening in the health realm. There's a chance. Chance! Thank you very much, Gyaha. Much appreciated. You may have only given us a small sliver of information, but it's enough. It's enough to help. What's this? Is somebody mooded? Uh-oh. This looks like there might be a mooded dwarf currently in the hospital, unable to move. This is not going to end well, is it? Let me just do a quick search. Or is that a yellow exclamation point, which just means he's lost his marbles? It is Charlie. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. I'm just having a little look for them in Dwarf Therapist. Charlie, Charlie. Charlie says, I'm very unhappy and throwing a tantrum. Oh, Charlie, come on. Is that any way to be behaving after somebody's healed your wounds that have been festering for several years? Is that any way to pay back the sudden and unexpected friendly attention of the state, when of course previously you were left to rot? Probably not. Maybe though. Quite possibly. I don't really want to make any bold statements regarding it. Hang on, look. Empty bed, empty bed, empty bed, empty bed. Da 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 da. Over to Dwarf Therapist. Let's just see. The proof is in the pudding. Right, we're going to do a read. We have 72 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. We'll sort by current job and... Ba 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 ba. No one's resting anymore. They've all healed up and gone back to work. This is amazing, yeah. This is good. I give Friday my noble smashing hammer of +5 painful wounds. Well, unfortunately, he's unsmashed some nobles, maybe. I'm not entirely sure who's been healed, but they have all been healed. The hospital is now no longer the sort of house of pain that it was. They decided to jump up, jump up, jump up and get down out of bed. Amazing. Amazing. That was a very sort of roundabout joke. Terrible joke as well. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go over to the Fortress. We don't need to look at Dwarf Therapist anymore. The hospital is empty. See? Empty. All done. Also, don't forget to take all the people off suturing that don't need it. I will do, but is that really the most pressing? Do we need to worry too much about that? Because if there's no suturing jobs, they won't need to do it, will they? They won't be prompted to do it, so it won't interfere with them doing anything else? Or maybe I'm a fuck-witted dangus. It's entirely possible. Oh look, someone's making ash, which presumably will be used to make lye, which presumably will be used to make soap. Presumably. What's this stockpile here? Finished goods. Okay. What kind of finished goods do we have in here? Let's take a little look. Goblets. Why have we got so many separate fucking goblet piles? This is only run-of-the-mill bog standard goblets. No artifact or exceptional. Is this on auto trade? It is. So that means that... Where's the other goblet stockpile that I... Is this the one that I rationalised earlier in favour of the downstairs goblet pile? Oh god, it's hard to say, isn't it? This one's a finished goods stockpile as well. What do you take? What kind of finished goods live with you? Chains, flasks, musical instruments, toys, figurines, amulets, sceptres, crowns, rings, earrings. Oh my god. Just tons of stuff. Do we really want splints and crutches sitting there when they could be going straight to the hospital? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I think we want them immediately in the hospital, if possible. If possible. Crutches, that's what it was. Bahantome, sorry. I think even if you've got no legs, you can become a proficient crutch walker. This guy, hanging around in the corridor, Zlatan, quite possibly, yeah, look, he's got damaged neck and head, and his legs are looking pretty shitty as well. He's also thirsty. Which is okay, hopefully someone will come and feed him, I hope. Oh, maybe the guy went, none of you can be healed, get out of my hospital. Maybe none of them actually got treated. They've just been cast out, sent out on their way. Certainly this guy doesn't look like he's doing very well. He's still injured. Then again, maybe he'll just pass on and we'll open up another slot in the fortress. It's possible. It's possible. Okay. Doesn't seem like any of the bone crafting and stuff like that has actually started to happen. I don't know if we have people with those skills available. So maybe we're just going to end up with these stuffed full muscle shell piles. Can I allow bins in the refuse piles? Is that a possibility? Because if it is, then hot diggity dog. Hot diggity dog. Can you put one of the legless dwarves and put him in the water and call him Bob? I would love to, but I don't think I have that fine level of granular control over where my dwarves go. I mean, we could build a swimming pool and, I suppose, put the dwarf in there with a burrow, but I'm not sure it's going to work too well. I'll consider it. It'll stay in the queue for a while until I make my decision. Judge Scoundrel is residing. Still not moved a shitload of that rhyolite, which is annoying. I would like them to get that shifted as soon as possible, but apparently not. Apparently they've got no real desire to move at any real pace. Holy shit, I've been live for 4 hours. How did that happen? Where did that time go? Good grief. It's 2:45 in the morning. Oh well, we'll carry on for a bit anyway. Oh yeah, we've still got that library to sort out, haven't we? Yeah. Maybe I should start digging that. Well, now the hospital's done, I feel like we've made actual progress this stream. It's good. Extreme progress. We've also got a little bit of stockpiling going on here for the clay. That's nice. Got our sand stockpiles being used. It doesn't look like there's actually much going on here. Someone is making stuff, but not... Why are all the green glass goblets sitting in that workshop? They should be going off to the storage piles, right? What kind of green glass goblets are we talking about? Talking about good green glass goblets? That's a masterwork, right? Okay. Those ones should end up going down to sit by the dining hall. Ah, yes, look, it is filling up. Our little green glass goblet for only masterwork and artifact goblets is going well. Alpaca cheese roast. Guinea hen egg. 200. Oh, we didn't take cooked food off of the cheese and egg stockpiles, did we? Damn it. No more prepared food. What are we doing here? Are we maniacs mixing everything up together? I don't think so. Let's get this sorted, people. Come on. We do need to eat more fish, though. Look at the amount of fish we've got. I didn't realise it was quite so overwhelming. I think we're going to end up losing all the fish in the river if we're not careful. Although, looking at this, I like the fact that they're starting to put the meat in the barrel. We don't have the required barrels to fill this up, but we probably do. We just don't have anyone moving to take them and put them in the right place. Put him in a fight pit. Call him Gord. Gord. Oh, I have to parse that joke. I'm not entirely sure I got that one. In fact, I know I didn't get it. It flew over my head. How embarrassing. What a shame. What a shameful little man. Build workshop still. Because we need a second still, don't we? We only need it there. Ideally, make it out of orthoclase, because why not? We do need to start making use of... Ah, you can put bins in the refuse piles. Oh my god, this is a game changer. This is a game changer. We can just stock up on shells, as many as we want. Let's have a little look at the bin. Anything in there? Not yet, but they have put it there at least. Maybe they won't actually put refuse in the bins. Maybe they will, though. Oh, God, I get it. I get it. No, I get it now. Now I get it. Too slow. I'm just too slow. What's this stockpile here? Bars and blocks. Oh, okay. We already had a bar block stockpile. That's good. But this one probably doesn't take anything but stone, right? No. So the glass blocks that I put in an order for are probably not going to be going anywhere and sitting in the workshop bunging up the process. So, with that in mind, let's actually get somewhere for them to go. I'm going to say, what's this stockpile? That's a refuse stockpile. But for what kind of refuse? Oh, that's the one we were using for the clothes, wasn't it? We were putting the old make-up clothes in there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We will do a... Next time I get the idea to do it, we'll make sure this is a dump zone. We'll make sure there's nothing dumped except the clothes, and then we'll do that auto clothes dump, get it moved in here so we can shift it and sell it onto the traders when they come. Oh, I remembered how to do it. Amazing. We still have some empty coffins, that's good. Empty coffins, best coffins. Nobody wants full coffins, right? Full coffins is a bad sign. Okay. So, there's a bit more activity going on around here as well. I think that might be because the people who were in hospital were pivotal workers in these industries, and now that they've got back on their feet, things are springing back into life. Or at least that's the hope. That's the ideal here. In fact, looking at the happiness numbers down here, look, we've got 7 pretty miserable fellas and 3 not quite so miserable, but we've actually got a couple of happies. So this is looking good. These numbers are trending toward the positive. We're no longer on the downward slope. We're no longer on the downward sloping razor blade into hell using our testicles as brakes. If you'll forgive me the somewhat graphic imagery there. I'm hoping that our armour will start picking up for the dwarves here, because at the moment something has happened that stopped the breastplates and the helms being made. They were coming out of the production line and they're just not doing it anymore. This stuff needs melting. Hopefully some of our smeltery workers will get up and start working. Maybe. There seems to be a bit of activity going on. More than there was previously. Oh yeah, I need a stockpile for bars and blocks, don't I? Which is B. And I'm going to make it just here. Why not? Just there. Don't know why I made it quite so big. Doesn't need to be anywhere near that large. But maybe what I'll do is I will say no metal blocks, because why would I use metal for blocks? That's crazy. Such extravagance. No metal bars. No bars of other material. No blocks of stone or clay. No, you know what? I'm going to allow all forms of blocks in here, and I'm going to go up top to, or down even, to where the stone crafters are being kept. And I'm going to say PX, and I'm going to remove this block stockpile. All the blocks are going to go and live down in that other stockpile. I think. That's what I hope is going to happen, at least. Someone will come along, move the old bin. There we go, someone's already grabbing it now, look. Yay, lovely. Ooh, I should probably put wheelbarrows on that stockpile, shouldn't I? Otherwise, they're going to move everything without one. So, clicky, clicky. Maximum wheelbarrows. Give it 10. 10. There we go. Good stuff. Thought I had a bit of bad breath there, but there's something else causing the whiff. Please tell me it's not that fucking bin again. Jesus Christ, it's just been cleaned. Heaven forfend. So, things are looking pretty good at the moment in the fortress, right? They started off a little bit strained, but just getting everybody out of that hospital seems to have provided a little bit of a push and got things moving. It's broken out a lot of the bottlenecks. There's a hive of activity going on down here, and it looks like green glass blocks are going to start flying out of the workshop and going into here. I think one of the things we need to let happen now is a lot of the stockpile orders to get finished, because people are slowly but surely getting through the backlog of things that needed doing. It does look like things are getting to move a lot quicker. I'm looking forward to getting full suits of arms and armour for our military. That's something I've never really got to grips with. I've never had what you would call a powerful military. I've always relied very heavily on traps. Speaking of which, I haven't really got that great an array of traps in this fortress. Then again, maybe we'll save that thinking for when we go a little bit deeper, because I am thinking of going and looking for the adamantine soon. That's definitely a possibility. Am I allowing bins here? I am. 117 bins. Sounds perfectly reasonable to me. It looks like we've got a lot of ores here as well. Galena and gold nuggets and copper nuggets. So, let's go and find out where they're supposed to be. Sphalerite, aluminium, galena. Okay, so unsuspend the galena ore, and copper nuggets don't need smelting, do they? They're just already copper. The hospital had me feeling like I'm watching Return of the Living Dead. Oh man, that's one of the last places you want to be during the Return of the Living Dead outbreak. In fact, when there's a Return of the Living Dead outbreak, you don't want to be anywhere near the whole thing. You want to be as far away as possible from that fucking nightmare. I mean, talk about end of the world scenario, right? Am I right? I suppose you could get a grip of it. You could get a handle on it, but it's difficult. Once it gets big, I mean, that's really hard to contain. Super difficult. Okay, I'm starting to feel a bit dazed now. We're getting into the late night starry-eyed zone. Oh. So, maybe I should start setting myself some goals to do before the stream finishes. What have we got? What are short-term, achievable goals? Killing more sheep seems like a very achievable thing. Maybe I need to fix the stockpiles, because so much crap has been dumped in these stockpiles here for the clothing industry, filling them up uselessly. Don't need the knackered clothing, the worn clothing. There must be a way of separating it out, right? There must be a way of removing it. I'm sure there's a DF hack command, but now is not the time for it. Not while the dwarves are otherwise occupied. Oh, that's saving. Shit, I was just about to go and check to see if the farmer's doodah, the farmer's guild hall, was big enough to be a grand guild hall now. Guild hall? Guild hall. You can tell I can't talk properly. Or you can tell I'm tired because I can't talk properly all of a sudden. Oh, it might be time to start looking for somebody to raid at the end of the stream. Let me get my trusty telephone here and have a little peek on the old Twitch app and see who is about. Oh, while the save's going on. Something to do. Look at that. It's very exciting, isn't it? There are currently 23 people watching Slaves to Armok Dwarf Fortress, which suggests to me that, yep, most of them are watching me. But there are a couple of other streamers. There's Old Popsy, and Craigerex. Craigerex1. Does anybody want to give it a go? Dwarf Fortress A and B Part 2, says Old Popsy, and Magmatic Dwarf Fortress continues with Craigerex1. Anyone got a preference or any other suggestions? Who else is there? Who else is there that could be raided? Mossy Griffin is doing Twitch Sings if anyone's interested. Thank you very much for the follow, Giaha. Much appreciated. And that's about it, really. Of all the people that I know on Twitch, pretty much nobody's streaming right now. Is Sal alright? She's not been around, and I haven't seen her stream the last couple of days. Has she been streaming? Magma could be interesting. Old Popsy is wholesome. Does Old Popsy want the hordes from my channel coming into their channel if they're wholesome? I feel like it's like pouring. Not that I'm suggesting you guys are bad, but you know, we're all leaving this this stream in a state of, shall we say, enhanced edgeness, and maybe actually no, you guys are always good. I send you off to other channels, and it's me. I'm the bad one. I'm the terrible influence here. I'm the one causing trouble. Not you guys, you're all good. You're such lovely little chaps and chapettes. Chapettes, that's a horrible word. Lads and lasses, that works better. That works better. Hello, Great Padinsky, how you doing? Welcome back, thanks for joining us. Are you not streaming? I know you stream. Maybe if you're going to stream, we could raid you. I'm not demanding that you stream. The fort goes okay. Well, I'm coming up to the end of the stream, and I'm just looking to see who I can raid. And unfortunately, I appear to be like almost everybody in Dwarf Fortress at the moment. We've got Craig Rex and Old Popsy playing Dwarf Fortress, and of course we've got the other lad doing this Twitch Sings, Mossy Griffin. I don't know. Let's have a little bit more of a pootle around in the fortress, and then we'll raid someone in a minute. Because I think I've got a few more minutes of energy left. There's still a bit more I can do. Specifically, though, I feel like... Excuse me. We should be slaughtering... Oh, it looks like they are slaughtering the rams. Look. They're bringing this one down. It's gone past the shearing and spinning one. Oh, it could be going to the milking and cheesing one, though. That's a possibility. Has anyone currently got a butcher's order in the butcher's shop? No. There are a lot of bones and skulls in there, though. And that's not ideal. We don't really want bones and skulls in there. We want them in the bones and skull stockpile, ready to be used for decorations. Speaking of which, shell, bone and horn. I need to activate some crafting, so I'm going to go to my stone crafters. I've got 3 of them. And I'm also going to activate the bone crafting and etc on there. But where is it? Bone carving. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Is there a separate skill for using horns, hooves and shells? Or is that bone crafting? I wonder. I can't see any other crafting skills, so maybe if I just put bone carving, stone crafting and wood crafting on, that might open up the bottleneck, get them working on other stuff, rather than just that. Or do I need to scroll over a bit? No. I'm going to try that. Blue Zest is doing Oxygen Not Included, which might be related. Could raid Blue Zest, but I don't know if that's a bit of a jarring transition, because there are other Dwarf Fortress players. And also, I feel like if I'm going to bring, like... I don't know if all 20 of you will go, but if I'm going to bring, like, 10 plus people... I mean, Blue Zest will definitely appreciate it, no doubt. Lovely fella. But I think, like, the Dwarf Fortress players who've only got one person watching are going to be a little bit more... They're going to enjoy it more, right? They're going to feel better about it. And it's nice to make people feel good. I think it's good. Go Poopsy. He has 1 viewer. Help your fellow streamer. Okay, we'll do Popsy. That's fine. That's fine. Welcome back, Life of Ryan B. Thanks for joining us again. I don't know if you've been here for a while, but you catch us at the tail end of the stream. If Poopsy's still going, or Popsy's still going, once I've decided to stop, we'll raid him. And if not, then something else will have to happen. It looks like they've finished dumping all of that rhyolite, but they've refilled the stockpile. So maybe I'll put another order in for dumping. DBD, dump items. No, there's someone standing in the stockpile. Don't do it while there's someone in there. You might accidentally dump them. And no one likes getting dumped. Horrible. There we go. So that's that in there. Then we go and undump the wheelbarrows. Go, wheelbarrows, Control N, I believe is the key we want. Yes, none of them are in a job. That makes it very easy. Fantata. Iranu. Good. Have they started putting stuff into the bins here, or am I a crazy boy? I don't think. I think they're putting bins in the stockpiles, but they're not actually using them. Oh, build workshop jewelers. There we go, that can go at the end there. Lovely. And then we'll do the pile for uncut gems. Close by. There we go. And another one over here for cut gems. There we go. So click that. S. Gems. Keep rough gems. Forbid rough glass. Don't want any glass in there. Or stone. Just gems. I don't want cut gems in there. There we go. So just rough gems. And then cut gems in this one. Won't that be a delight? Won't that be a treasured moment? Rough gems, cut gems. There we go. Good. And then we can go to the other stockpile that I had, which is the other way. Up here. And we say PX. And then we get rid of this one. Let me just check that is the gem stockpile. It is. It is. So there we go. Goodbye, that gem stockpile. Nice. Very nice. I should probably... Oh look, the soap production pipeline's kicked into action. Look. It must have been all the producers in here. Getting people out of this hospital. Fantastic. Fantastic work, Kiaha. Well done. Well done for pointing out the bottleneck. Very good. Any specific goals with this fort? Just utilising the abundant resources of Telia's fabulous embark, really. I definitely want to... Well, as ever, I want a nicely equipped, well-trained military. That's a little pipe dream I've had for a long time. But I also want to create something fancy. So once we get to a point where, which is pretty close actually, once the fortress is ticking over and feels like it's getting into a stable position, everyone's got nice bedrooms, etc., etc., I think what we're going to end up doing is going for some kind of grand construction. Maybe an enormous green glass phallus on the plains outside, or a fancy fortress over by the waterfall where people have to walk through the waterfall to get into the fortress. Something like that. Something like that. It's good. I always lack on the military front. Something I should really focus on one of these forts. Well, I think so. I haven't gone very deep at all, Life of Ryan. I haven't gone below the first cavern layer, really. So I've just getting an established fortress, making things work, which is starting to happen now. And then we're probably going to start going deeper relatively soon. I ideally wanted to get my armour smiths and weaponsmiths to a higher standard before we started gathering adamantine. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Do love a volcano. I mean, the whole not having to worry about burning wood to get your industries going is really nice. I mean, I practically never play without a volcano. Your military will appreciate depth. Well, I hope so. I hope so. I mean, at the moment, they're barely training. I don't even know if they're doing any training. What about this one? Something to do with sheep wool dresses. You know, they're just they're in the barracks. They're not training really, but they're in the barracks. Ideally, oh, hello, what's this? Is there an announcement? Oh, excuse my fart. An elven caravan. Oh, okay. Should we leave this as a cliffhanger? Should we leave the elven caravan as the event du jour for next stream? What day is it? Sunday. So the next Dwarf Fortress stream is going to be Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. I'll tell you what. This seems like a good point to end it. A nice bookend. The elves have turned up for a bit of trading, and we can deal with that next time. So with that in mind, let's save the game. Let's silence Mr. Swerwer as much as it pains me, and we'll head back to the home screen, and I'll get the name of that guy back up for streaming. There we go. For raiding, rather. And we shall type into the chat /raid space. What's his name? Old Popsy. OPOPSY. Click on his channel now so it gets on my phone and the adverts are passed before we get in there, because otherwise I don't notice them saying hello and I get in a bit too late. It's all good though. There we go. Currently watching one viewer. Let's have a little listen. Oh, cancellation spam from SoundSense. Oh, never mind. In we go. Is that working? It's working! It's working, to quote one Anakin Skywalker as he rode his pod racer. So, thank you very much for watching. It has been a genuine pleasure streaming for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as I have, if not more. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. If you haven't, then there's no one you can really complain to. It's your own fault. You watched it. I didn't make you. I can't make you. It's well outside of my scope of abilities to force you to watch this. And I wouldn't do it if I could, to be honest, because it feels a bit weird, to be honest. Why would I? Why would I force you to watch this? It doesn't make sense. Just enjoy it. Anyway, once again, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to get rid of my camera. I'm going to get rid of my name. I'm going to pop my face off the screen a bit. And then I'll send you off into the great unknown to have a little interaction with old Popsy. I'm going to hang around for a few minutes in chat and then I'll sidle off because, good lord, it's 3:10 and I should really go to bed. Thank you very much for watching again. As I said, genuine pleasure, and I shall see you next time. Bye. There we go. That's the raid dismissed. And those of you still watching the VOD, thank you very much. It's been lovely. I'll see you next time. Bye.